Story 1. Mill gave my kid a trash bag for her birthday. Now my whole family's against me. I 32F banned my Mill from our lives after she gave my daughter 3F a trash bag of used clothes for her birthday, while spoiling her legitimate grandkids. Now she's spinning lies and I'm losing it. I 32F have been with my husband Levi, 35M, for 11 years. We met in college, sparks flew, and within a year, I was pregnant with our daughter Emma, now 10. We were young, reckless, and head over heels married at 7 months pregnant in a small courthouse ceremony. Since then, we've built a beautiful chaos of a family: Emma, Jacob 7, and Camilla 3. Life's been messy but good, until my mother-in-law Mill decided to remind us, yet again, that our kids are her personal punching bag for our sins. Levi grew up in a strict religious household. Think fire and brimstone, spare the rod vibes. He walked away from it in his teens, which his mom still treats like a personal betrayal. When she found out I'm also non-religious, it was like I'd spat in her face. Then came the pregnancy before marriage bombshell. She lost it, called me a harlot to Levi, he told me later. Said our baby was tainted and refused to come to our wedding. She didn't meet Emma until she was 9 weeks old, and even then, she barely looked at me, just muttered, "I hope you're happy," like it was a curse. I said, "I am," with a smile. She stormed off. That set the tone for the last decade. MIL's been in and out of our lives, always icy, always judgmental. Meanwhile, my mum's the grandma straight out of a Hallmark movie, warm, involved, spoiling the kids rotten. Mill hates it. She's made snide comments for years about my mum showing off or buying affection. One Christmas, my mum went all out, $500 plus per kid on toys.clothes. Experiences. Mill. She handed Emma and Jacob $50 worth of dollar store junk, think broken crayons and off-brand knockoffs, while her other grandkids from Levi's sister, all born in wedlock, got AirPods, designer clothes, and trips to Disney. She'd smirk and say, "Well, some of us value modesty." I'd bite my tongue for Levi's sake. But last week broke me. It was Camilla's 3rd birthday, which she shares with Levi's nephew 6. MIL's been flush with cash since Levi's grandfather passed and left her a chunk of inheritance. She showed up to the party joint celebration at our house and made a scene unloading gifts for her grandson: an Xbox, a scooter, a drone, stacks of games, easily $1.0 worth. Camilla, my sweet, oblivious 3-year-old, got a rusted second-hand bike missing a pedal, a literal garbage bag of stained hand-me-downs from a cousin, and one deflated balloon she'd clearly grabbed from the gas station on the way over. Camilla didn't care, she's 3, she was just happy to have a balloon. But I saw it, Levi saw it, the room saw it. His extended family brought thoughtful, equal gifts for both kids' books, Lego sets, cute outfits. MIL's favoritism was a neon sign flashing "Your kid's DONT count." I was shaking. Levi's jaw was clenched so tight I thought he'd crack a tooth. I pulled her aside and said, "Take your gifts and leave. Now." She blinked at me like I'd slapped her. Levi stepped in, you heard her. "Go." She started bawling, clutching the bike like it was some precious heirloom, asking, "Why are you doing this to me?" We didn't explain. She didn't deserve it. She left. I held it together until my parents arrived. My mum walked in with bags of gifts for Camilla dolls, a play kitchen, a sparkly dress, and extras for the nephew, because she's just that person. I broke down sobbing in her arms. Levi hugged me from behind, whispering, "We're done with her." That night, I sent Mill a novel of a text: "You're not welcome near me, my kids, or our home until you apologize and prove you can treat them like they're human. We're not your scapegoats for your outdated grudge. Our children aren't less than because of how they were born. Lose my number until you figure it out." Cue the fallout. Update 1 this morning. Thanks for the air support. Everyone, it's been a lifeline. Here's the latest mess. I was wrestling the kids into shoes to head to my mum's for a breather when Mill called. I let it go to voicemail. Big mistake not blocking her sooner, because now she's on a warpath. She's told everyone, Levi's aunts, cousins, even mutual friends, that I banned her because she's religious. What? I don't give a flying fig about her religion. I'm not religious myself, but I've got zero beef with anyone who is. My issue is her treating my kids like dirt under her shoe. Now my phone's blowing up with texts. How could you cut her off over her faith? You're so intolerant. She's grieving her dad. Give her grace. Levi's getting it too. His uncle called him weak for letting me do this. I'm livid. She's flipped the script so hard I'm dizzy. I couldn't care less about her Bible thumping. She can pray to whatever she wants. Just don't use it as an excuse to punish my babies. I haven't responded yet, but Levi's ready to call her out. Problem is, half his family's drinking her Kool-Aid, and I'm starting to feel like the villain here. Do I clap back? Post receipts? Go silent? Help, I'm drowning in this drama. And it's only been a week. Update 2 just now. Oh, it gets worse. Mill just posted a cryptic Facebook status. When your own flesh and blood turn their backs on you for staying true to your values, you learn who really matters. Blessed to have my real family. Tagged every grandkid except mine. I'm seeing red. Levi's pacing, muttering about disowning her. For good. My mum's begging me to let her handle it. She's a mama bear with a law degree. Reddit. What the hell do I do now? Story 2. I kicked my girlfriend out for saying my daughter isn't mine. My partner 22F and I 24M have been together for just under a year now. A few days ago, she asked if we could talk, and I immediately feared she wanted to break up. However, after our conversation, it was not what I expected at all. A bit of background for this is I have 2 daughters, aged 4 and 2. I became a single dad when I was 20. Just a few months after my first daughter was born, her mother left us, and I've been raising her on my own ever since. About a year or so later, I met my now ex-partner. She was very pregnant and, like me, was facing the reality of being a single mom soon. Her baby daddy had left her and their daughter, leaving her with no support. We were together for almost 2 years and were a blended family. And during that time, I raised our youngest daughter as my own, loving and caring for her as such. Both of my daughters are daddy's girls, and I cherish our relationship. I've never once second-guessed my role as her father. Unfortunately, my ex-partner struggled with mental health issues, including BPD and bipolar disorder, which eventually led to infidelity. Despite our attempts at couples counseling, I realized I couldn't continue the relationship. We split amicably, but I made a promise to my youngest daughter that I would always be there for her, and I fully intend to keep that promise. She spends weekends with me and occasionally stays a few days during the week, and this has been a constant for over a year. Now, fast forward to the present. I met my current partner shortly after my breakup, around a month later. Honestly, it was supposed to be a casual fling, but we hit it off so well that we ended up spending the whole night talking, playing games, and getting to know each other. We didn't go beyond kissing, but it felt great. From the start, I was open about my situation being a single father to 2 girls and the unique relationship with my youngest daughter. At the time, she seemed fine with it and didn't bring it up again. During our recent talk, she expressed that she's uncomfortable with the fact that I'm still involved in my daughter's life and my ex's life. She said that it's emotionally ignorant and unfair to her that I continue this relationship, and in her words, "You can't possibly love her as much as your actual daughter. She's not even yours." This really hit me hard, and I admit I didn't handle it well, and it turned into shouts on both ends. I told her to leave my house. Crappy part was both my kids were in their rooms and heard the whole thing. I really hope they heard hardly anything or nothing at all. It was probably the first time they ever seen me like that. She said she went to stay with her sister, and now everyone is messaging me from her friends and family, backing my partner's opinion that she isn't even mine and questioning why I care so much about her. Thankfully, my family is on my side and are doing their best to support me emotionally, but it's hard as they live in another state. My mother and stepdad are planning on flying in this coming weekend to help out, which is the best news I've heard all day. Honestly, I'm really confused right now. Am I being unreasonable or unfair? I'm struggling to process my emotions and don't know what to do next. Note, I should also add that my ex and I remain decent friends, and she is a great mother to our youngest daughter. However, my oldest daughter's mother is currently MIA and has been for some time and is not in the picture. My youngest daughter's mother is a great mom, but works as a flight attendant for a few years now, so that is only the reason my daughter stays with me a couple days a week on some occasions, so she can pick up extra hours when she needs. This only occurs 3-4 times a month, if that. Mentally, she is much better and is doing her best. We just didn't work out, but continues to make sure that our daughter will always have me as her daddy. Also, my GF now doesn't live with me. She does, however, stay a few nights out of the week over, and we do go out when I find the time. I haven't heard from her since the incident, which maybe is the best. When I wrote this, I was definitely trying to word my best during this, and when upset words don't really form in the best way, I do not ever plan on leaving my daughter's life. What I was more looking for in answers was if I was wrong for kicking her out. Should we have talked more about it? I also don't think I hopped into a relationship too fast after my first daughter. It was over a year later, and maybe more, when I met my ex, and then a month later, after that, my new GF, which is real fast, and was probably the quickest I've ever jumped into a relationship, but I really thought we had a great connection. My first daughter's mum was my high school sweetheart, and we were together for years, and even was each other's first. But after our daughter was born, she completely changed, and just decided she had to leave. Story 3. I told my sister her baby ruined my party. Now she hates me. I 30M am starting to think my family might secretly hate me, because I'm currently persona non grata after what should have been a chill night turned into a total dumpster fire, all thanks to my sister, 28F, and her 2-month-old baby. I need to know if I'm the jerk here, or if she's weaponizing her new mum status to guilt trip me into oblivion. Some background. My sister had her first kid 2 months ago, a boy she's obsessed with. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy for her. She and her husband, 29M, have wanted this forever, and I've been supportive, sent them a gift, visited once, nodded along to their endless baby monologues. But I'm not a kid person, never have been. I don't hate them, I just don't get the hype. Meanwhile, my sister's whole personality is now mom. Every call, every text, it's diapers.spit up, breastfeeding woes, or how her baby's coos are genius level. Cool, but I've got a life too. Last week, my girlfriend, 27F, and I hosted a small get-together at our apartment. Think low-key vibes, drinks flowing, charcuterie boards, a curated playlist, maybe some late-night Cards Against Humanity. We invited work friends, gym buddies, about 15 people total, all in their 20s and 30s. No kids. I figured it'd be a nice break from the grind. I invited my sister and her husband too, because I'm not a monster. But I was crystal clear when I texted her, hey, it's more of a chill adult night. Probably not the best spot for the baby. Up to you if you want to come. I assumed she'd either get a sitter or one of them would swing by solo. No biggie. Right, wrong. They roll up at 8 p.m., both of them, plus the baby in a car seat. I open the door, see the little gremlin, and my stomach drops. But I play nice, oh, hey, you brought him. My girlfriend shoots me a look like, what the hell? But we roll with it. 15 minutes in, the baby starts whimpering, then crying, then screaming. My sister plops onto our couch, whips out a blanket, and starts nursing him right there, full-on boob-out situation, blanket slipping, while her husband paces around shushing the kid like he's auditioning for a bad rom-com. The room goes dead. My buddy from work mumbles something about needing air and bolts. The music gets turned down because apparently Baby Shark wasn't on the playlist. Half the guests are now whispering in the kitchen, sneaking glances like we're at a zoo exhibit. It's not like she was discreet either. She's loudly narrating the whole thing. Oh, he's just gassy. Poor guy. He needs to eat more. Meanwhile, her husband's knocking over a beer, trying to juggle a diaper bag. The vibe obliterated. My girlfriend's fuming because her night's ruined, and I'm stuck playing host to a circus I didn't sign up for. They finally leave at 10 p.m. after the baby's meltdown hits nuclear levels, and 3 more people dip out right after. Party's dead by 11. The next day, I'm still pissed. I text my sister, hey, I wish you'd respected the vibe last night. I told you it wasn't a baby-friendly thing. Bringing him kind of threw everything off and made people uncomfortable. Not trying to be a dick, just being real. I thought that was fair. Calm, honest, no name calling. Her reply, a novel. She says she's mortified and hurt that I'd shame her for being a mum. She claims she didn't think it'd be a big deal, that she couldn't find a sitter. Last minute, doubtful she's got a million mum friends, and that if people were uncomfortable, that's their problem, not hers. She ends with, I thought you'd be happy to see your nephew. Guess I was wrong. Then she goes radio silent. 2 days later, my mum calls me, practically in tears, saying I humiliated my sister over nothing and that I'm punishing her for having a family. Apparently, my sister's been sobbing to anyone who'll listen about how I'm an anti-baby asshole who made her feel like a pariah. Now the family group chat's blowing up. My dad thinks I should have just sucked it up. It's your nephew, dude. My older brother 32M says I'm NTA because boundaries matter, but he's staying out of it. My girlfriend's on my side. She says my sister hijacked our night and turned it into her personal mummy showcase. Meanwhile, my sister's posting vague Instagram stories about unsupportive people with crying emojis. And her husband texted me saying, I owe her an apology for ruining her first night out since the baby. I don't get it. I didn't scream at her. I didn't kick her out mid-party. I gave her a heads up, and she ignored it. It's not my fault her kid's a human air raid siren. But now, I'm the villain, because I dared to say it sucked. AITA edit. Wow, this blew up. To clarify, number, I didn't ban her from bringing the baby. I just said it wasn't the right setting. Yes, she's nursed in front of me before, but not in a room full of strangers mid-party. And no, I don't hate kids. I just don't want them derailing my night. Thanks for the input so far.